Hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am Nisi Black. I'm excited to be back with you. Oh my gosh, it feels like I've been gone away for so long. But I had my grandbabies, or at least 3 of my grandbabies during the month of July. And it was a great opportunity for me to take a little bit of downtime, to reflect on some things, and just to relax and enjoy their presence. It was fabulous. 2 of them were 8 years old, cousins, and then the youngest one was 11 months old. So imagine getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning when he wants to play and love on us. But it was really good. So I am back now, and it's time for midweek motivation and mind check. I want to check the pulse on how everything is going in your space. So give a shout out and let me know where you are tuning in from. How's your day going? How's your week going? And if you started off the week a little bit rocky and didn't get quite everything accomplished that you wanted to, now is the time to check the pulse. Hey, Rhonda, thanks for joining me. OKC is always in the house. So, hey, I'm excited to be with you, and I am not going to take up too much time because I got some corners to turn and some things to do, some people to talk to, so I'll be really brief. But let me tell you what I wanted to share with you about today is our level of curiosity. See, when my grandbabies were here, you know, they were always asking questions. They were always, Nanny, how come this and why come that, and we can't hear, and let's go there, and what's over here, and what's in this drawer. They're opening up stuff. They're pulling out stuff. They're wanting to go different places. And I found myself saying, you know what? There has been so many things that I have lost my curiosity on. So many things that I just said, oh, well, we'll see. But I never really explored. So I got to thinking about my level of curiosity, my inquisitive nature, my wanting to go out and explore things that were outside of my comfort zone, right? Yeah, you gotta love young people. They are so eager to get out there and explore. And see, when my youngest grandbaby, he's 11 months old, he started walking while he was here. It was exciting. Got tons of video and pictures, but he started off with just a couple of steps. And he didn't let fear get in the way of him taking his next 3 or 4 steps. And his next 3 or 4 steps. So he was curious enough to see what it would be like if he decided to walk. Instead of crawling from one sofa to the table, I'm going to walk and take those steps. And that's what I started thinking about. My level of curiosity about things outside of my comfort zone, about areas over there that I had not explored, about new people that I haven't even come in contact with yet, because what happens is that life and situations and experiences and circumstances has conditioned us to stay in one spot. Hi, Mickey. Thanks for joining me, darling. I appreciate it. And if we are not careful, we will let previous experiences, disappointments, letdowns, setbacks keep us stuck into doing the same old thing, and it puts a damper on our curiosity. It keeps us from exploring. It keeps us from asking the question, what if I go and do this? Or what if I go outside of my neighborhood and meet new people? What if I do take this cruise? See, there's so many people that don't fly because they don't want to be in an airplane accident. So they never leave the comfort of their city, of their community, of their state, of their country to explore and be curious about how other people live. That's why there's so much prejudice. That's why there's so much racism, because people, in their fear of what they don't know, close their minds off to the possibility of learning about something new, meeting, greeting, exploring, having a conversation about people who don't look like them, who don't think like them, who can open their mind to so many new great opportunities. We shut down. So what I want us to do, and I for one am taking the pledge to start being curious about things that I don't know anything about. To be curious and to explore and ask myself, what if I do reach out to this new community? What if I do network? How far can my business go? What if I get off the boat and go snorkeling? What does that have to do about anything? I bring that up because I had an opportunity when we were doing an out of the country trip, an excursion, and I signed up for the snorkeling. And God knows I can swim, but that's a lot of water to drink. So I went because everybody else was going, and it seemed like fun, but I was like, I don't know. But I got everything, got on the boat, and everybody was just jumping into the deep water and with their snorkeling gear, and everybody was having so much fun. I said, well, okay. I got off the boat. I jumped in, and I explored the beautiful coral reefs that were underneath the area that we were exploring. It was fantastic, and I was like, man, what was I worried about? I had on a life vest. I had on a life vest. The snorkeling people, tour guides and stuff, they were right there, and I can swim. So what was I so afraid of? I jumped off the boat into the deep water. It was a calculated risk because I knew I had a safety protection around me. But what I'm going to do is continue to explore things that may not be familiar to me, to allow my curiosity and my inquisitive nature to not be idled and stifled by experiences that have gone wrong. See, if we're not careful, some of those bad things that have happened to us, we allow that to keep us stuck, to limit our curiosity, right? And I don't want us to have any regrets when we get to be 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, looking back and saying, man, what if I had just done this or had just done that? Now, I'm not talking about no mess. I'm not talking about being curious about walking up and hitting somebody in the face, because that'll get you cut. I'm not talking about being curious about exploring things that are not productive, that are destructive, that has no positive outcome whatsoever. No, I'm not talking about anything messy or anything negative. I'm talking about exploring the possibility of opportunity outside of what we are familiar. To let our curiosity run wild in our business, in a new potential network of people, in a whole new state, a whole new country that we have the opportunity to explore. Don't let previous negative experiences shut us off from the possibility of exploring that, right? See, I believe a surefire way to prevent regret is to open our mind and be curious about the possibility. That's the only way to defeat it. Things are gonna happen. Stuff is not always gonna go according to plan, but we gotta have something to do and understand what we can do when things don't go according to plan, and not allow fear, negative experiences, and negative voices to allow us to stay stuck and things that may not be beneficial to us. We got to explore, people. We got to learn, right? We got to get out there. Get off the porch, get out the house, get out the neighborhood, and see what life has to offer. That's the only way that we're going to move forward in our life, in our business, in our relationships even. Even that position on your job where you might want a promotion, but you're too scared to explore the possibility of someone saying yes to you. We've got to explore. We've got to be curious enough to say, what if? You know what? I think I'm going to go for it and just see where this takes me. You know what? I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to go sell my books in a whole new state and see what type of connections I can make. I'm going to, now listen, I am a calculated person, so sometimes I won't take risks that are too risky. Risks that are too risky, does that make sense? I'll calculate, use my common sense is what I'm saying. Take calculated risk, consider the outcomes and stuff like that. But just thinking about connecting with different people and exploring where that relationship can go and exploring what I can learn in this new space and being curious about the knowledge that I don't even know I don't know. We think we know, but there's so much stuff that we don't know that we don't know. And we've got to be curious about exploring and opening ourselves up to the possibility of those things. Does that make sense? I'm going to go for it. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go for it. And if it don't work out, I won't have any regret about not having explored that opportunity. If I do something different and things don't work out, then I won't have any regret, because I know, okay, I took that road and it didn't work out the way that I wanted to. So I learned my lesson from that, and I'm still going to continue to explore option A, B, C, or D, or Z, whatever it is, right? I don't want to be limited by fear. I don't want to be limited by my closed-mindedness of past situations, right? That have closed my mind and my heart off to things and not allow me to explore. I want to be open to the promises that God has given me. And I got to be curious. Like, Lord, okay, come on, Lord, let's go here. What if this? You know, he's waiting on us to say, let's go do this. And I'm getting up off the porch. I'm going to get out in the street and kick ball. How many of you played kickball in the middle of the street, knowing that cars could come, knowing that the possibility of not getting run over, because you can see, right? You can see. You're taking your common sense with you. You're taking your logic with you. And you know that, hey, cars riding the street. I'm not supposed to be playing. But we had some of the best games of kickball right in the middle of the street. And whenever the cars started coming, we paused. We clicked pause, let the mess went on by, and then we continued our game. Oh man, the curiosity of youth. The inquisitive nature that we are born with to get out there and explore. Let's not allow past failure, past hurt, past people, past situation, anything negative in our past or our space or voices. Don't allow that to shut us off from the wonderful opportunity that we are afforded, from the curiosity that we have. Let's get out there and do some things, meet some new people, right? That's what I want to do. And that's my intention. So who's with me? Yes, yes, yes. And I'm starting. Actually, I've already started, because during the time that my grandbabies were here, I reached out and made some connections. So I'm going to be selling my books in African American Expo that's coming up in September, October. I'm going to a conference in Miami and meeting some new people, making some new connections, and learning some things that I don't know. Getting some knowledge and some connections and some new vibes, some new energy, some new creativity. That's what it's all about, right? No more sitting on the couch, eating bonbons. I like bonbons. That's not what I was doing. That's a metaphor. But if there's something in your life that you want to do something about, that you want to change, get curious about the possibility of greater. That's why so many women stay stuck in abusive relationships, because fear has shut their mind off to the possibility of life without abuse, of life without chaos and confusion, and a life of being valued and honored and loved and supported. You know, sometimes we get that codependent nature about things that we have clung to that is safe, and we think is safe and comfortable, and it's really our downfall. It's really our limitation on God. That's what I mean. We have gotten so comfortable and stuck and stagnant that we have become limited in the possibilities of the opportunities that God has given us. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want you to be that way either. So I'm revamping a lot of things in my life, a lot of the spaces that I've been a part of, a lot of the communities that I've been associated with. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It just is what is necessary for this stage in my life. And I'm totally okay with that. I love the people who have loved me back. And I have no space in my life for those who don't. Simple, right? So I want you to think about what area of your life, of your business, of your career, of your relationship can you explore new possibilities? Can you ask the question, what if, to that situation? And dare to explore how it can be better, how it can be greater, how you can go farther, how you can do more. Okay? That is my challenge to you. This is the beginning of August. We still have August, September, October, November, December to make some adjustments. You don't have to do it all at one time, but I want you to stop and just think about it. Think about it. And then plan your calculated curiosity and explore some new things, right? Right? That's what it's about. Growth, happiness, success, whatever it looks like to you, because your success doesn't look like my success. My growth doesn't look like your growth, but we can all grow, right? So let's explore. Let's be curious about some things that we can do differently, and let's make it happen. All right? If you're not a part of my Facebook community, Self-Approved, the You Movement, now's an opportunity to join. I'm going to be revamping and doing some new things in that space. I want you to come along with me. Self-Approved, the You Movement, I believe it's tagged in my post. So join me there. We can continue the conversation and do some bigger, better, greater things. You guys, I have so enjoyed you. Love you much, and I'll see you a little bit later. Have a fabulous Wednesday.